almost completely set up. First, I want to give a big thank you out to my staff who's helped put this together. Give a big hand to Ron John. He created the poster.
All right.
And if you want any copies of those posters, those will be for sale in front of my shop, which is Studio K. My girlfriend is running that booth. Let's give her a big hand for helping out with it. Lots of stuff going on this evening. We got vendors selling art. Zia Records is here selling stuff. It's a good, fun, fulfilled Godzilla evening. Just to start with introductions, my name is Everett. Some of you may know me as Godzillafanfreaks on YouTube. If you haven't, go check it out. I do pretty awesome reviews. And as far as guests, we do have some guests here this evening. You may know as the retired Goji Fan 93. Chris, come on up. Oh boy.
Well, this is exciting. I'm actually really proud of Everett. I've known him since 2013 when I did start my channel back then. We've been friends ever since, and just the fact that I get to see him do something like this just makes me super proud of him. So let's give it a round of applause for him.
Thank you, Chris. Now, as far as other activities we're going to have going on this evening, we are going to have a trivia contest going on, and the winner of that trivia contest is going to win this very awesome trophy that I made myself for the event. And then, Ron John, I will let you go over the rock, paper, scissors thing we got going on. That is another contest we have going on. We're going to do a game contest, but that didn't fly together. So we are going to be doing a rock, paper, scissors contest. I will let Ron John talk more about that.
Guys, we're going to have a tournament style bracket rock, paper, scissors competition. $1 to enter, and whoever wins is the basically king of the Geezer tournament. Yeah!
Whoever beer that was up here on the stage, I'm sorry that I knocked it over. And the first 50 people that showed up, I'm not sure if we're out of them by now. I'm pretty sure we are, but if you haven't, go get the souvenirs in front of the shop as well. Just ask for the free Godzilla souvenir. The first 50 people get one of those free, but I'm not sure. We may be out of those already.
We're definitely out
And
of
then
those.
another guest that we have here that's going to be vlogging the whole thing is Matt from Monstrosity. You might know him on YouTube. You're very welcome. So he's going to be documenting this whole night. I'm also going to be having photography done and footage that will also be up on my YouTube channel as well. So this event has blown up beyond my belief. This is nuts. Like, this is crazy. Thank you all for coming out this evening. This is awesome. Now, I'm not sure if it's dark enough yet, if the projector will show up or not. Ron John, what do you think? Want to test it?
It is pretty cool. You got this blazing hot fire out of the mountain. Good sir.
Yes, Godzilla is
Alright.
I've also seen Godzilla 98.
Yes, sir.
That's just
King Kong versus Godzilla when I was like 5. Right there is double shirt.
My first was Godzilla Tokyo SOS when I was like 4 years old.
That's my favorite one.
Oh, now we're getting a lot of games here.
Alright.
first Godzilla. The original.
Oh, that's good, that's good.
That was back in the 50s.
Let's go with
Lemon
the
Birch.
man in the feature in the far back.
I wasn't born. That's how I know.
Godzilla versus Megalon, page 3.
Alright. And how about this, sir? The Mothra shirt I'm seeing right there? I can't really get yeah, the Mothra shirt.
Yeah.
Right there. King Ghidorah, three-headed monster. Nice. Alright, looks like we're gonna be how about what is everyone's favorite monster? Let's start with the king of the monsters himself, Godzilla. Raise your hand. Yeah, there we go. That's up. Next up, King Ghidorah. Yeah! Sounds like there's a lot more going for King Ghidorah than Godzilla. I don't know about that. Let's go with Mothra. What about Mothra? Okay, that's different. A lot more people like Mothra.
Who here's a fan of Aragon? Aragon? Yeah, he doesn't get enough love. Alright, how about one of my favorites, Titanosaurus? Come on, where's Titanosaurus at?
Jet Jaguar!
Jet Jaguar, there you go. Again?
Modified
We're almost set up here. It's still a little too bright, but we're going to get started with the random questions and the Bakugan giveaway. So momentarily, once Ranjan is all set up here. Yeah, you do.
You should do it as long as you dress up like this place.
All right, we're going to start, and just be quick to raise your hands if you know the answer, and we'll get to you as soon as we can. So Ranjan here is going to be throwing out the Bakugan. Our first question is, what was the meaning behind the first Godzilla film? Who knows? Okay, hands down again. Gotta be quick, as well as my eyes have to be quick. What was Godzilla a metaphor for in the original? Right there. Atomic bomb.
Catch! Please don't die!
Okay. Godzilla's origin name, Gojira, what was that a combination of? Right there. That's correct. Alright, this is going to be a twofer. Two Bakugan, right? That's what you meant? And you dropped it. Alright. Who knows how long it took to film Godzilla vs. Megalon? Right there. How long did it take to film the movie? Not what year it came out. How long did it take to film?
4 hours?
No. Right over there. Nope. Right there. Close. Nope. Nope. This one, you right over here, yeah. Nope. Nope. Right here in the front. Nope. All the way in the back, the green.
1 month?
Nope. This is a hard one. Right there in the middle. Godzilla Raids Again shirt.
2 years.
Nope. Little boy in blue. Nope. Right here. Nope. Red shirt. Hoodie. Sorry, it's odd. Nope. Right back there. Nope. Right here. Nope. Close. That's really warm. 2 weeks is really warm. Right there. 3 weeks. Godzilla vs. Megalon took 3 weeks to film. That's why when you watch it, it is full of stock footage. There is a scene where Megalon is batting away the fighter jets, and it's literally Gigan's claw instead of Megalon's drill hand. We're thinking of some questions.
It's that one.
That's a good one. Okay. How was Godzilla's original roar created? Oh, right there.
They rubbed resin on a cello's.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Got it. This is a Godzilla fan. So I'm not joking.
Let's see. So GMK, the composer, Kao Tani, what other works has he done?
That's a mono.
Try to think of a good one.
Really good about doing all the questions. Just get a.
Here's a not Godzilla one. Who directed Pacific Rim?
Oh.
That's a good thing.
I thought it was going to be an ever question. I got this.
Who directed Gamera?
Original. Okay, Chronicle.
I'll believe you. Let's see. What was supposed to be the last Godzilla film? Yeah, you would know. Yeah, in the show series. What was supposed to be the last film? Hey Matt, from Monstrosities, how about you? Do you have a question?
I'll watch it.
I've read like
I don't.
a really slow sound.
Time dilated.
Alright, this will be a true or false question. Was Godzilla originally supposed to be an octopus? You in the blue with the jacket tied around you? Yeah. Jacket man! Catch! Catch it! That's yours to keep forever! No, it was just a really crazy one, so you know. Sorry for you!
Alright, here's one. It's usually by opinion, but who would you say is Gamera's most famous archenemy? Right there, Hellboy shirt. That is correct. That was a good catch.
Go.
Really good catch.
Okay.
What was the band name that played
for the Godzilla movie that's the place in New York?
Raise your hand, though.
Give us the finger gun. Give that man a microphone.
That is not it. Not who is. Oh. Sorry. Sir, right there with Godzilla shirt.
Me? Rage Against the Machine?
No.
Okay. They just look like
You,
that.
They can see us beside him.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, the answer.
So in GMK, who was supposed to be the original monster roster? That is correct. For anybody that doesn't know, that is actually very informative. The original cast for Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack, giant, most long title in history. The original lineup for that, instead of it being Baragon, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, it was supposed to be Varan, Baragon, and Anguirus.
Oh, you knew it! He knew
I know,
it! He knew it!
we wanted that too, honestly.
Yeah, but-
How many of us would have wanted that
But he
instead
knew
of what
it!
we
He
got?
was just too scared to say it. But he knew it. He knew it.
All right, in the original Godzilla,
Get a gun.
what was the weapon that
Two
was
guns.
used to defeat him? Pink hair. That's correct.
Yeah. Oh, but I already knew that, my buddy, so
In the American version of Godzilla 1984, so it'd be 1985, what was the soda that was marketed in it? The black shirt, the Mecha Godzilla shirt? Yeah. Who was the villain in the second Gamera movie during the 90s? Right there, Godzilla shirt. Yes. That was correct.
I paid $9.
Who can name any of the movies that were supposed to be made but got canceled? Just name any one of them. Yes. Yeah. He's actually right. He's not joking. All right, here's kind of a tough one. Even sometimes I forget how to pronounce it. But what is the way of filming that they did the old Godzilla films? What's it called? Blue shirt. Yep. You got it? All right, we'll move on to the next person. Okay, hands down. Remember the question? Hands up again. Right there. What was it? Nope, wasn't stop motion. They did use that method, but this is constant. Yeah, you use black shirt right there? Yeah. That is correct. How many forms of Shin Godzilla was there? You get the black shirt? Yes. The character Jet Jaguar, how did he end up in Godzilla vs. Megalon?
He was fan art drawn by a kid in a contest.
That is correct.
How did Jet Jaguar become a
Okay, I got one. So Godzilla 2000, the first movie of the Millennium series. Who was Orga actually partly designed after? Right there, blue.
He almost has it, yeah. I know he's thinking about it.
Sure, go ahead.
He said.
What is it?
He's 4, but technically 5 because at the end of the movie, yeah, see, there's a technicality.
I think that you're talking about the 98 film? There you go. Yep, that's correct. Sure.
I didn't see what happened.
Goes out on shore. Oh, the tail at the end, the humanoid.
Okay, we're gonna run on a technicality.
Go ahead and toss him one.
Dude, you are.
So in Godzilla Final Wars, what was the band's name that played that "We're All to Blame" song? Was it You in the Black? I believe that's 2000. Yeah, yeah, you.
Sub 41.
Yeah.
I listen to that song every night too.
Okay. Kind of a, I don't want to say a gory question, but
What do you think, babe?
in the original Showa Gamera films and then the Heisei Gamera films, what were the colors of his blood? Right there, Grey Godzilla shirt.
Green.
Green, but then what was the color of the other one? He had two different colors of blood. Nope. White shirt right in the middle.
Blue.
That's correct. Blue and green, right? There you go. Toss him one. Gamera's blood in the Showa series was blue, and in the Heisei series it was green.
Believe in yourself. Don't believe in him.
Like stomach problems for a while.
Was King Ghidorah in 1991, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, was King Ghidorah an alien? Was that his origin? See, you right there. Yep. Yeah, that question was he an alien? Was that the origin? In the Heisei version of him. Go to the call. Nope.
Well, now whoever answers it next is going to know the answer, so we can't get it.
So then here's what it is. Then how did King Ghidorah become about then in the Heisei version? Let's see. You back to the Mecha Godzilla shirt? Yeah.
So for those that didn't hear that, in the 91 film, King Ghidorah, instead of being a space monster, he was these little Dorak creatures who were exposed to the radiation of the nuclear bomb that was supposed to form Godzilla, but then formed King Ghidorah instead. What's up? Yeah, no, there was 3 Doraks. Yep, that's true. Yeah, throw him a Bakugan. Right there, and then right there with the black sweater and blue, throw him a Bakugan.
I also believe in you. Yeah.
Right, how many do we have left, Rhonda? How are we doing?
Totally not. This is like my one app that gets like
We
Okay.
have a good shot.
Okay, and it's still.
Who here is knowledgeable about the Godzilla video games? We have a couple people? Yeah, a little bit? Okay, so I'm just going to try one to see how this goes. So let's see. In Godzilla Destroy Monsters Melee, what were the platforms that it was available on? Well, 2 of them. Yeah, GameCube and Xbox. Now, Destroy Monsters Melee never made it on the PlayStation 2. Not until Save the Earth.
In the PlayStation 2 version of Godzilla Unleashed, who was an exclusive monster?
It's to an A.
That is correct. Okay, here's a good one. And excuse us if we take pauses between questions. We are coming up with these on the fly, and this is our first time throwing an event, so please give us an applause if we're doing a good job. So here's a question. Mechagodzilla 3, what other name did he go by? Right here. That is correct. In Godzilla vs. Biollante, how was Biollante created? Dang it, I missed hands. I'm going to try to pick in the back there, the green shirt.
G-cells.
G-cells and what else?
Human DNA.
Not human DNA. It was dinosaur DNA. Also right there in the back, beard, hat. Yep, that is correct. We gotta look up a question because even we can't remember the number. Rondon has a question. Who is my favorite titan? No! Blue guy!
Godzilla!
Close! I really like the animation. No! Again, no! That guy with glasses.
Hear you?
Yes! He has glasses because he's smart. Believe in him.
How many Godzilla films are there in total? This includes the anime trilogy. Let's see. Okay, wait, put them down again. I didn't see that quick. Okay. Okay, put them down. Put them all down. Okay, who has the answer? Okay, this you in the black, red, gray shirt.
36.
What?
36.
You're very close. We'll give you one. It's 35. Who was the human person that Godzilla went up against in a certain appetite? The basketball player. Alright.
The deal. What was this?
Alright. Hands down real quick. Yes! Alright, this next one's very specific, but so alright, help me out with this. Okay, so in the original Godzilla vs. Mothra, so the one in 1964, there's one scene in the American version that's not in the Japanese version. You know which scene? In the original Godzilla vs. Mothra, so the one from 1964, there's one scene that was supposed to be in the Japanese version, but it's only in the American version. You. No. You got it, yeah.
Like if you introduce them in this and then they die.
Alright, so What was the team that Godzilla fights from the MCU? Yes. All right, we got another question over here from the fan.
What famous monster skeleton was in the ocean and king of the monsters?
Bandana.
Alright, I'm gonna pull a Ranjan and just to see if he's paying attention. Who is my favorite kaiju? Hellboy. That is correct, Titanosaurus.
Okay, fine, I'm just gonna do it too. What's my favorite monster? No. You're the green shirt. No. Oh, yes. Whoever said that, was it? Yeah. It was Space Godzilla. Can we get a round of applause for Space Godzilla, please? Thank you.
She will have the fingertip power for sure.
Okay. How many forms did Destroy It have? Hellboy. That is correct. Another Destroy It question. How was he created? Right there, Godzilla shirt in gray. That is correct.
What was the one monster that was gonna make it into a Godzilla movie but got canceled but was in a video game? You have the back of Godzilla shirt.
Alright, 1966, Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. Who was that originally supposed to be besides Godzilla? Blue shirt. Nope. It was supposed to be King Kong.
Which monster is the protector of Earth and is friends with two fairies?
Can I give you guys a question?
Sure.
In Shin Godzilla, what is the name of this guy right here? Yes!
That was a good question.
I love how my
In Godzilla Raids Again, what was the ultimate title in America?
Mechagodzilla right there. That is correct. If anybody has...
Show of hands. Is this your favorite era? Show of hands.
Yeah, who's a Showa fan?
That one.
That's good.
Alright.
I think it's
Because you already ate.
mine. Yeah, it's my favorite. Is it your favorite?
No, it's not. Of course. I know, I'm sorry.
No. I know that that's not true.
We'll get there momentarily. So we're going to start with Godzilla 1954, also known here in the States as Godzilla King of the Monsters, which of course...
Wait, didn't we just get that?
Yes, we did just get that. It can be very confusing for people who are new to the fandom because they're like, wait, Godzilla King of the Monsters, I just saw that, but 1954 was dubbed that title here in America. In Japan it was known as just Gojira.
I prefer that name.
Yeah, I think we all prefer Gojira.
It helps, for me, like it always helps differentiate it from like any other movie that's just called Godzilla. I always just call the first one Gojira because that's just an easy way to remember.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yep, exactly. Godzilla 1954, as we went over in a trivia question earlier, he was a metaphor for the atomic testing, nuclear bombs and stuff. And, yep. And that's kind of where it started. They didn't expect Godzilla to really catch on and turn into what he is today. It really kind of was supposed to be one film, and then they just kept making them, and the popularity kept growing for the character.
Well, I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure that when the first movie came out in Japan, it actually was not received that well. It was kind of offensive, I think, to a lot of Japanese audiences until
That's very
it came to the
unfortunate.
States, and then all of a sudden America was like, hey, this is pretty cool. And then it became really popular after that. I believe I might be wrong a little bit on that, but I'm pretty sure.
I think you're correct. And we got a car alarm going off again. It's the black Kia again. There it goes. Thank you very much.
What do you do if he does this next time?
1954, it's also dark. If you watch the Japanese version cut of the movie, it's a dark film. It's sci-fi, but the metaphor is there. There are some scenes that are really hit home. It's crazy, and you can see how it could have been offensive to some people at the time.
It's definitely, I'd say, the darkest in tone-wise of Godzilla films. We can talk about maybe like a favorite scene, or like a scene that really affected us, but the one scene that really affects me every time is of course, the Japanese version, when there's like a mother and a daughter, I think.
She has her two kids.
Yeah, during the attack. And, all the destruction is happening around them, and they're just, the mothers looking at their kids saying, I will be with your father soon. And I look at that, I'm just like, oh my god, like, that's just out. Like, just.
And I have to agree with you on that scene. I think that scene gets everybody.
It's very powerful because it echoes so much of the nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
And those families that got destroyed from that stuff. So it's a perfect representation of them.
And 1954. It's dark, and then of course they refilmed some scenes with Raymond Burr for the American version, and Raymond Burr also reappears in a later film, but we'll get to that when we get to the Heisei stuff.
And who likes Raymond Burr?
And who likes Raymond Burr?
Yeah. Do you have any Raymond Burr fans? I do like him. I do like him. I don't think he did much in the first film. He was mainly just kind of a vessel for the viewer to watch. And I didn't really like in the American version how it was kind of spoon-fed. Like the narration was so much, and because the Japanese version, everything is just illustrated for you. It's definitely the tied through show don't tell of storytelling. But the American one's like, well, yeah, Americans are dumb, so we gotta like narrate the whole movie because no one's gonna understand what's going on. So
Yeah.
Oh, are you done?
Why not? You can eat the rest. You paid for it. No. Why?
You're still hungry.
I'm always hungry.
Satiated.
yeah, I think they don't really. Well, no, they do.
They do. Yeah.
It's very quick, but it's something that I think a lot of us don't really. I wouldn't say take for granted, but like when any of these films happen, it's like all of that, the city that was destroyed, like that is so now filled with radiation. And
Yeah.
then, it's kind of funny in the later films they don't really touch upon that, but like in the first one they do.
They do, and then of course they brought it back with like Shin Godzilla.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Check out the.
All right. We will move on to the next film, Godzilla Raids Again. Yeah, this one's kind of a fun one to talk about. In my opinion, and I'm sure Chris will probably agree, the worst English dubbed Godzilla movie that there is.
Yeah, it's very close to the Heisei dub, for sure, when it comes to like quality, but I don't know, man, there's not much I can say about this though, because I just don't.
I agree.
I just don't like it.
Yeah, I agree. It is.
Definitely.
Now it is the first appearance of Anguirus, which is a fan favorite amongst.
I'll give it that. I'll give it that. Anger's fans. Who we got here? Anger's fans. Yeah.
But yeah, Godzilla Raids Again, definitely an interesting follow-up, and I don't really know what else to really touch on it. It's just a very weird movie. If you haven't seen it, it's still one to see.
I mean, yeah,
but
I would still say go and see it if you are a fan, because of course, I mean, why not? But as far as like if you were introducing someone new to the franchise, this is one to stay far away from.
yeah, especially the English dub. The Japanese one, you can get by with it. All right, moving on. We got King Kong vs. Godzilla from 1962, which we are getting. I don't know. I wouldn't say a remake,
but I'm definitely going to say a spiritual remake.
Yeah. So I like this film. I love it, and we have the new Blu-ray set that's coming out that a lot of us will finally get to see.
Yeah, who's getting the Criterion Collection?
Who's getting the Criterion Collection here?
It is expensive. It is. Yeah. Hopefully, it is worth the money. But the great thing about it is that with this movie in particular is that there's never been a Japanese official release in the States. I've never seen, I'm 56 years old, I've never seen the Japanese version of this film.
It's like one of those dogs.
Oh, yeah. I was taking a look at it. I didn't realize that it was.
The sneaker stuff is fun.
Yeah, it's a very entertaining movie.
Yeah, I really like it.
It's a favorite of mine.
Yeah, I saw it was doing. I think I remember.
It's always fun, especially that stop motion drop kick that Godzilla does in the ending. You know?
This all kind of started in the 60s when, well, the other thing too is this is the first color.
Yeah, the first Godzilla movie in color.
And this was also after a little bit of a hiatus after 55. Toho had other monsters that they were doing before that, like Monster and Bear End. What else? There's something else, right? Rodan, yes, of course. Oh my god. Yeah, so this film was definitely one of those like
it was on the
pillar moments, important ones. It was first color, it was the first crossover.
Yeah, it was first crossover.
You know, so it was kind of that. Well, I wouldn't say turning point of Godzilla becoming campy and goofy, but it was you could start to see that the original message was starting to be diluted.
Yeah. So, good movie. One, well, that is debatable because for years people thought there was a different ending in Japan. People thought Godzilla won in the Japan one, which is not true. But Godzilla's roar is heard at the end of the film, so in reality, it's a draw. No one really officially won. Yes.
So when it is, you have to put the right amount of water.
It was a different Godzilla.
It was a different Godzilla.
Canon-wise, I think, lore-wise,
Yeah, usually in these movies, it's never really the same Godzilla.
The show series is a very disjointed series when it comes to like canonical sequels, but obviously this one had to be a canonical sequel because at the end of 55 he gets trapped in all that ice, and then we see at the beginning of this one he breaks out of the ice. So it has to be a sequel, I would think. But later on in the film they kind of become more of a anthology thing.
And later on we'll talk. I think the Millennium series was one of those that really draws back to like the first movie.
It was, yeah.
So when we get to the Millennium era, we'll talk a little bit more about how that is all weird and connected and rebooting and not rebooting, all that jazz.
Basically every movie was a reboot.
Next, Mothra vs. Godzilla in 1964. This is a big favorite among fans, and I know if Rich Iso was here, if any of you guys know Fresh Final Live, Rich Iso, this is his favorite movie and his favorite Godzilla suit. So shout out to you, Rich, if you ever watch this video when it's up.
I'm probably going to be the minority in this one, but I don't really like this film that much. I know. I'm going to be the contrarian here, but I have this, when we go through more of the films, I have this thing with flying monsters. I do like Mothra a little bit. Obviously, the King of Monsters Mothra was like my favorite incarnation of her, but I don't know, this film for me just was kind of slow paced, and it kind of gets into that in the 60s where a lot of the films were slow paced and all that, but I definitely can understand why it's a favorite. I mean, Mothra and Godzilla are like the two big Toho monsters out there, and to have them have a crossover is like a big event and all that stuff, but I do love the suit. I think the suit is one of the most angry impressive looking suits out there. That
Kind
one
of
shot,
scary.
yeah, definitely scary. Yeah, that one shot with the camera just looking at him dead on. He just has that face. I mean, it's just like that was cool.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I'm a little overall. I don't really know.
That's okay. And yes. And I like both versions of this film, the Japanese and the American dub. I do like the American dub though, with the added American scene where they're like contact the Americans and this, and the Americans have this new missile and stuff. And so I like that scene. I thought that scene was pretty cool. So I like that they threw that. Makes the movie a little longer too. Yeah, Godzilla versus the Thing was
Really confusing.
yeah, and especially the posters and stuff back then. It was like covered up by this weird thing with tentacles, so people didn't know what was going
Whoever
on.
was in charge of international releases during that time really needed to get fired.
Because it was like it was like Godzilla versus the Thing, and for those of you who probably know the angry video game nerd, he always talks about versus the Thing from Fantastic Four or versus the alien thing,
Right?
Like
Yeah.
what thing are we talking about? So, yep. Alright, let's move on here. This movie also came out in 1964, Ghidorah, the three-headed monster.
Which we did kind of get.
We did kind of get a spiritual remake.
In a way, which I was hoping for. But this one is good. I love this one.
Yeah.
No, I mean, just I wish I was like a young kid when this first came out, because I bet seeing that for the first time was like huge. As being like a kid growing up with these movies. But yeah, I don't know how many of you were like a child when this movie came out, like when you were roughly a child and it was big, like anybody at that age. It's okay to raise your hand. You're fine. It's fine. We don't.
It's okay. We don't. Yeah. Where's our old school Godzilla
Old
fans?
school. We're looking for old school fans here, like age-wise.
Generator.
Old generation.
Okay, well, I needed it. They don't want to know my dad's somewhere out there.
You're like, no, I don't want you to know my age.
But yeah, Ghidorah the three-headed monster. Some slight
Or I can
modifications
move to
to
the
the
side.
1964 suit,
That might be
mainly in the head. One thing that was always weird to me with this film was the monster larva, because we had two, and then they just said the other one died.
And
it
that
was
didn't happen canonically. The other one just died off.
yeah, and I think that's because maybe, but then again in the Millennium series they do it again, but maybe they just wanted to keep a one monster thing throughout the.
It was the monster larva was asking too much money, so Toho was like, we can't afford to have this kind of thing. Yeah. But thank God that the design of King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Or Ghidorah at this
Now,
point.
who is maybe a fan of the original concept of Ghidorah? He was like blue and had like red, white,
Yeah, the
blue
American,
wings.
like American flag on
You
it.
guys like that?
Yeah.
We do prefer the gold.
We're kind of happy that we got what we got. It's a very interesting design. I think it's, you can kind of see it.
In the wings, the body's gold, but in the wings, they like, for the poster, they kind of kept it.
So I don't know what they were doing with that.
And then, of course, the X Plus figure that just dropped, the Rick Boy exclusive for that was,
How many people collect X Plus?
yeah, who's here's a fan of X Plus?
Who can afford it?
That's another good question.
Yeah.
Sure.
Are you talking about that scene where they do like the funny like, oh Godzilla, what language? Yeah.
Yeah.
That scene's hilarious. I love that part.
It's always a good one. Yep.
Yep. And you can see
That is the only movie where they talk, right?
Like the monsters themselves. Pretty
No,
much.
there's in Godzilla vs. Gigan they talk.
Yeah, Godzilla vs. Gigan they talk.
Yeah.
And they even add speech bubbles, but we'll get to Godzilla vs. Gigan. Next, which I consider the epitome of Godzilla sci-fi, it's the first time we get Godzilla in space. Invasion of the Astro Monster, 1965, which is also known here in the States, Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. Yep. And it was a nice throwback in the new film that I kind of liked them referring to Ghidorah as Monster
I like
Zero.
how they did.
Every time they said that, I was like,
yeah.
But yeah, this is cool. I like this movie a lot. And again, we've never seen Godzilla fight on another planet. and this is literally in space. Like, this isn't something like the moon. This is like space.
And you can't forget about that dance.
Oh yeah, the famous Godzilla dance.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, it's called something.
What? Oh, yeah. You got it. So,
and Nick Adams, of course. We all love Nick Adams. I like Nick Adams in a lot of the films he was in.
Yeah. Oh, we should also say probably this would be the start, and maybe Dorothy much as well. Would kind of be the start where Godzilla turns into a hero.
He turns into more of like a superhero type persona.
Right. This is where it starts to become a little more kid friendly.
Yep.
Less more of atomic breath, or I mean atomic bomb kind of thing.
Yeah. Good story. Again, in this one, I'd still like to know what happened to Mothra because Mothra was just gone.
Like I said, her Asian. They just couldn't afford this.
Dude, they just focused on Godzilla and Rodan, and that was it. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was all a ruse.
Yeah, all a ruse.
Because in this movie, they were like, oh, we're so desperate for help because Ghidorah is terrorizing our planet. Can we borrow Godzilla and Rodan from you?
Yeah, this was one of those times where it was like those movies of, can we borrow your monster? Have your monster fight our monster, or something like that.
And then, of course, they use them against us in the end.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I mean, I guess you could kind of say maybe Final Wars.
Yeah, the Exilians got remade in Final Wars, but I'm pretty sure this was the only other film they were in.
Yeah.
Because the other ones were like different, like Keylog for the...
Yeah, Keylog, yeah, they were all different, like, yeah. But Exilians, yeah, probably be Final Wars.
Yeah. Oh yeah, then Space Truck.
Oh yeah, Space Truck, yeah. Yep, that's another form. Alright, moving on. Evira, Horror of the Deep, also known as Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. This one's a fun one to talk about, considering that Godzilla wasn't supposed to be in the film originally. It was supposed to be another Kong-made film by Toho.
Because at this time they were doing King Kong Escapes.
Yep.
Yeah,
King
they
Kong
had some rights where they could use the movies.
But King Kong Escapes came out the year after in '67, so they still did a Kong movie. And we'll talk about that later on when we get to the extras. But as far as Ever Horror of the Deep, interesting story. Again, there's Mothra just kind of thrown in there.
Yeah.
Evira, he's an interesting villain. I mean,
I'm probably gonna get booed again. I don't like this film.
yeah. It has its fun scenes. You can tell that Godzilla was originally supposed to be King Kong because they do the whole scene with the girl.
It's weird.
And yeah,
It's weird.
and he falls asleep and all that stuff. And then you got everything with the red bamboo. It's kind of a strange movie. But then, of course, in 1966, that's when Ultraman was coming really big and was becoming a threat to Godzilla and almost put Godzilla under. Because it was like, why go to the movies and pay a ticket price to see a Godzilla movie when you could just stay at home and watch Ultraman for 30
Yeah, like every
30
week
minutes.
there's a new monster.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah, Jira.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was actually the Godzilla suit from this film, I believe, that they used for Beerus. Yep. Yep, pretty crazy. Alright, moving on. Son of Godzilla. Everybody's favorite Minya, right? Everybody loves Minya. 1967. I don't like Minya either.
Don't bully my son!
Once again, I don't like this film.
Yeah, this film hits all over the place for everybody different. Like, even some people like the suit. Like, I like the Godzilla suit, other people don't.
Maybe this will be better. The first time I watched this film, I wasn't a child, so maybe I just didn't have that childlike wonder for it.
Now, Chris, let me ask you this. The ending scene still has to, like, do something for you.
Yes, the ending scene is very heartwarming. It is very nice. It's cute. I do like that.
Yeah.
But Minya. Oh my god. I just can't stand that monster.
And when I watched this movie on VHS, the VHS actually had some scenes cut out that now on the DVD I got to see for the first time. Because when I got the DVD, I was like, wait, what is this? I don't remember this scene. And it was the scene where, it makes me laugh, and it's cute in a way because I'm sure that some people can relate who have kids. If you're trying to nap, and then Minya's jumping over Godzilla's tail, and it's like, so I like that scene. I never saw that scene until way later.
Even though I don't like the film itself, I do love the soundtrack.
Yeah, the soundtrack is good.
It's really good in this movie. Yeah. Well, if we go by 1998,
yeah,
he's asexual.
We're not going to get into Godzilla's gender at this point. He's whatever anybody wants him to be.
Whatever the movie needs him to be.
Yeah, but
That'll be in the extras.
there you go. That'll be in the extras.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, Son of Godzilla. Some people like it, some people don't. I enjoy watching it. It's a fun film sometimes.
What it is
what it is. All right. Another favorite of mine, Destroy All Monsters. This is a great film. I love this film. Every time I get a chance to show it, or even just watch it in general, it's a fun film. I love it.
And it's supposed to be, we said in the trivia part, but it's supposed to be the final Godzilla film.
This was supposed to be the last Godzilla film that there ever was at the time.
And we really have to give this credit, well, also Universal Monsters too, but this was like the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
It really was. So
this
Marvel owes everything to this film.
Yeah. This had every monster, even if they might have not been in scenes for very long or in the background.
Like a little puppet.
Yep, Varan was a little puppet. And then, of course, everybody's confusion with Baragon and Gorosaurus. And that still just, it bothers me, but I understand why they did it. So in certain scenes, they say it's Baragon, but it's Gorosaurus attacking Paris, and that the reason why is because the Baragon suit was so thrashed at that point.
That was also because of Ultraman, right?
They used the Baragon suit for a lot of Ultraman monsters at the time. Yes, we got a question. No, that was Final Wars.
Yep. Yeah, King Caesar didn't exist at this point.
Yeah. This is 1968.
Not Destroy All Monsters?
Not Destroy All Monsters. No. This is 1968. King Caesar wasn't around yet.
He got introduced in 1974 with Mechagodzilla.
I think you're thinking of Final Wars.
It is Final Wars.
Well, we'll get to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one that got fired from the other one, the agent finally came back.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll do this one. Yeah. You know what I always say about Mothra with the larva? I always say that the larvas are life insurance.
There you go. But yeah, Destroy All Monsters, great film, great showdown on Mount Fuji against King Ghidorah. Lots of fun stuff. I love this movie. It's great.
Also, who felt bad for King Ghidorah in this one? I did.
Man, yeah.
He gets annihilated, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, not ripped off.
But like stomped on and things, and like blood's coming out of his mouth.
Now, Chris, man, Minya gets the final kill. If you think about it, Ghidorah's down, but he doesn't stop until Minya's like, does the ring, goes around his neck, and then boom, that's it.
Whatever.
All right, moving on to that beer bottle. I don't know whose that was. It's okay, don't worry about it. It's gone now. The next film. This is gonna be a fun one. All Monsters Attack. Also Godzilla's Revenge. Okay, who can do their best Gabra roar? Do it. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Give him a hand.
Can I say that I don't like this one and not get booed?
Yeah.
All right.
This one does have a soft.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This one does have a soft spot for me, but even I let's put it this way, I can't watch this movie like sober.
No, you have to be drunk.
You gotta be under the influence of something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not canon. It's like a fantasy world.
Yeah, it's totally from the kid's imagination.
Thank God it wasn't canon.
Yeah. Now, some people do like Gabra, though, down to the wire. I mean, as a monster himself, he was a little interesting. Was his design a little odd? Yeah, but
I'm on the mindset that I feel like they should give Gabra another shot. I would love to see him again, but with a better design and a better roar.
That'd be cool. So
But,
yeah.
Well, also an interesting thing. How many of you guys, for me, this movie is nostalgic because I saw it a lot as a kid.
Yep.
But it was the English version, so the way that we hear Minya, is the
Sounds like Barney.
Says I should fight my own battle.
He sounds like Barney.
But how many of you have seen
The Japanese version.
Okay, Minya sounds so different.
That
right?
one's almost worse.
It's
That's
like,
worse.
It's like it's a female voice.
Yeah, it's high pitched.
And it's like really, and that threw me off. I was like, whoa, that's not Minya that I.
Pretty crazy.
So, yeah.
All right, I think that's all we want to talk about it. A lot of stock footage for this film. A lot of stock footage.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, next film, and this is one of my top favorites. Godzilla vs. Hedra, 1971. I love this film. Part of me wishes that I was born in the 70s.
Right?
I love this film. I love the funkiness of it. It's wild, It's crazy, especially when they're in the club and there's all that.
They're like the fish heads.
The fish heads and everything, and then even her costume and stuff that she wore.
Yeah,
That was
it's
crazy.
very weird, psychedelic and all that. But
Hedra was an interesting monster, and for the time, it was a movie that called about saving the environment.
it kind of brought back at least something of like what Godzilla was supposed to represent. So it was like the first film out of a while where it was like, oh yeah, Godzilla's supposed to have a message.
There's a message. I mean, well, revenge. We didn't even talk about it. It was like a message against bullying.
Right, but
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Uh-huh.
because everyone was on drugs.
Yeah.
On that movie, even
Again.
Godzilla was on drugs.
Again, this is the 70s, so Godzilla flying is allowed.
Yeah, if anything goes in this one.
Anything goes.
And I do like this one, out of the show series. I kind of have a soft spot for the 70s Godzilla films, just because that was like one of a lot of movies that I saw the most as a kid, because it was on like Sci-Fi Channel at the time. It was like the one that showed the most. And I think it's the same for you.
Yeah.
I have this obsession with Hedorah. Like everything that he's in, I love. And like I remember when the Godzilla PS4 game came out, and they showed, oh yeah, Hedorah's gonna be in it. I flipped. I was like, this is awesome.
Because we get to play as Hedorah for the first time.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, I'm in this boat too. Hedorah has some of the wildest color variants for like marmots and stuff, am I right? Those wild colors.
He's a perfect canvas for it.
He has some cool figures. Definitely. Alright, is that all you want to talk about? Alright, we're done with the funkiness.
Yeah, get a second hand. And that part where they start talking, it's, what were the differences? Because I know there were differences with English and Japanese, right? Bubbles? Yeah.
Yeah, it was speech bubbles.
Yeah, and then in the English...
In the English one, it was like scratch tracks, and if you listen really carefully, you can make out what he's saying.
We gotta go get him.
Yeah,
Something
like,
whatever. Godzilla was like...
Yeah.
Very weird
it was
voices.
really crazy. The only time that I can't, and if anybody can inform me on this, and maybe even Chris, the only time I can't make out what they're saying is during the final battle where Godzilla kneels down to Anguirus. It's literally just...
it's just, I don't think there's any voices at that
Yeah, it's like, okay. So...
Oh, yes,
the
that's
suit,
right.
because this suit was used used a lot.
It was used, the first time was Strong Monsters,
Yep.
and then it was used constantly until this, and like, yeah, that like, when Godzilla's like, you know, beating his chest, you see like a flake
Yeah, you see all the skin
fall
flaking
off.
off.
You're
Yeah,
like,
it's pretty
oh,
crazy.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
And then some people also get kind of confused with how is Ghidra here when he died in Destroy All Monsters. If you remember the Destroy All Monsters took place technically in 1999.
Yeah.
So Destroy All Monsters is like a future film.
So yeah, canonically, Destroy All Monsters is like the last film in the Showa series.
Yeah.
Canonic, or yeah, canon-wise.
So that's one reason Ghidorah's back. And what did you think of Ghidorah's like roar in this? Because it was different than what we're traditionally used to.
Yeah, Ghidorah was really diluted in this one.
Yeah.
He didn't do much. He just kind of stood
Stood off
there,
to the side.
you know, shot some lightning or gravity beams.
Yeah, he was like support fire basically.
Yeah, Gigan mostly did all the work for this one.
Yeah. But good movie. I like the team up with Anguirus too. That was
So.
like
This is my favorite Anguirus.
yeah.
The 68, or yeah, 68.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this
They are best.
This is the movie that kind of created that best friend vibe.
Yeah, it's cemented.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Godzilla vs. Megalon, 1973. I like this movie just because Jet Jaguar is one of my favorites.
This one, it's similar to me. I don't like the human parts as like the main story of it, but the final battle is really entertaining.
Yeah. Jet Jaguar is cool. Of course, we got a new Godzilla suit, which was dubbed the Rocky Godzilla because he liked to punch a lot.
That and the 73 suit is my all-time favorite Showa suit.
Yeah.
I love this suit. Because like for me, the reason I like it so much is because it's like, well, for me the Showa series is all about the campiness, goofiness. It's like if you're gonna go Showa, then go this.
Yep.
It's like the best one.
And again, this was at a time where Ultraman was hitting Godzilla really hard. It shows. Because again, like I noted in the trivia contest, or the short trivia for the Bakugan, Godzilla vs. Megalon roughly took 3 weeks to film. It's full of stock footage, and granted, the Megalon suit, Megalon's cool.
Oh yeah, I love Megalon. Who loves Megalon here? Yeah, Megalon's pretty cool. I've always wanted to see him again.
And I always like the Gigan suit in this one.
Yeah, the Gigan suit's very weird. There are slight differences, yeah. And then, I don't know, he seems a little more, he seems a little more clumsy.
Yeah, he does.
This one.
But Jet Jaguar is cool, and then of course Jet Jaguar was Toho's answer to try to combat Ultraman, which obviously didn't work that well.
Who was a little disappointed that Jet Jaguar wasn't a Jaeger in Pacific Rim? I would have loved that. I would have loved that.
Even if it was just like
Just
Jet,
a color.
yeah, just a color,
or something.
or and even just call him JJ.
Yeah, I would have liked that, you know.
What else about this movie? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in Gigan.
You're
Yeah,
right,
that was
that's
Godzilla
right.
vs. Gigan.
There was a shot when Gigan was getting attacked by the military. There was a shot really quick that he's hiding behind trees and the maser tanks are shooting at him. But if you look closely, it's stock footage of War of the Gargantuan. That's right.
And they also used that in Megalon too. Because
Yeah.
remember Megalon did
That's
yeah.
right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wikizilla's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I am one who I do like Jet Jaguar better than Ultraman.
Yeah,
I do.
I'm the same. Especially the video. The thing I love is that the video games, like Save the Earth and Unleashed, they made Jet Jaguar have such personality in those games,
Yeah.
and I love it.
They did. Very good film. I mean, I like it. It's funky. Granted, it took them a very short time to film it, but yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yep. Megalon breaks through the dam.
It's one of the best scenes.
All right, we're getting to my favorites of the Showa series, just about. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, 1974.
This is one of the best.
Yeah, this is
One of the best.
really good movie.
Yeah.
The music in it, I love the music. The Mechagodzilla looks awesome.
Yes.
And it's the only time that Mechagodzilla is from space,
Yep. Yep.
you know? And they were called Black Hole something, and they were like apes or something like
Black
that.
Hole
space
Sun.
apes.
song.
Yeah.
I tried.
Then we got a short appearance of Ed Gearis in this film. It's shortly lived.
I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
He really got the short end of the stick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that
when
was cool.
Mechagodzilla appeared in this film, I mean, I'm sure when people went to go see this movie at first,
Oh, they were
I'm sure
probably like-
they were probably like, wait, that's Godzilla.
Yeah.
Why is he destroying stuff?
And they're like, wait a minute, I thought he was a hero.
And then
in
his
this
roar is all weird too.
Yeah.
But then it was revealed later that it was Mechagodzilla is literally the Terminator in this film.
He is. Yeah.
He's wearing the skin on the outside, and then of course underneath you have the endoskeleton.
So not only does Marvel have to thank Godzilla for some stuff, but Terminator has to thank
Terminator.
Godzilla for that.
Yep. So, and then King Caesar. I love King Caesar. He's one of my favorites.
He is amazing. I
The
love
Showa one. The one in Final Wars?
Yeah.
Ooh.
him. A little weird. But this one is
This one's cool.
really good stuff.
Good design. He definitely has like that old school Japanese like Guardian look, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely looks like a monster that shouldn't exist.
Yeah. That's
yeah. So yes, very awesome. I love King Caesar in this film. Yeah, yep,
Yeah.
that's King Caesar.
He's got the glowing eyeballs and all that. Kind of freaky as a kid, I remember.
Yeah.
I was actually a little scared of King Caesar.
Yeah, especially the scene. 1 second. Well, try to hold the questions till the last so we can kind of get through the slides a little quicker too, if you can. Godzilla in this film, he gets beat up by Mechagodzilla.
Oh, yeah.
Bad.
That's right. Yeah.
Those scenes were like brutal.
It is. It was kind of hard to watch as a kid. I'm like, oh, all right.
Like, all of a sudden it's like, are we watching a Godzilla movie or a slasher flick? Because Godzilla literally has blood splitting from his neck in one scene, and it's like, dang, what is going on?
The 70s were cool.
Yeah. My favorite, next up, Terror of Mechagodzilla. Titanosaurus owned this movie.
This was the next, I guess, like direct sequel in the Showa series.
Yep, direct
after, like,
sequel.
With Ghidorah and the Invasion of the Astronauts. But I have a funny relationship with this movie that when I first saw it, I really didn't like it. I wasn't a fan of it. But then years later, I saw the Japanese version, and it completely changed my opinion on this movie. The Japanese, like the English version of this movie, butchers everything about it. The Japanese that version is just so much better. Wait, did I say Japanese version and English version?
English version better?
But yeah, the Japanese version was so much better. The way that the characters, their dialogue was, it got altered in the English version.
Yep.
And the sacrifice that the Katsura makes it's more believable in the Japanese one, because in the American one they cut some things because I guess it was too violent.
Yeah.
I guess. So yeah, so after I saw the Japanese one, I just had like it was a full 180 with this. I just now I love this movie.
Yeah, this movie is awesome. It's the last of the Showa series, Titanosaurus, which bravely needs to come back somewhere in a film. He deserves more than just one and done.
Do we have any Titanosaurus fans here? There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, Titanosaurus is like he was an old dinosaur. He really wasn't like created from nuclear explosion.
I say like an aquatic
dinosaur, yeah. But Titanosaurus, Mechagodzilla played the role of King Ghidorah and Gigan in this movie. Mechagodzilla was just in the back.
He did.
Titanosaurus was fighting Godzilla to the teeth.
But the one thing I love was that there are very subtle differences in the design of Mechagodzilla in this one. He looks way more meaner in this one.
He's more sharper, he's a little more dark.
Very more like...
He's got the MG2 on his shoulder instead of the MG.
So that's what starts the confusion later on.
Yeah. But this movie for me, definitely my top favorite because of Titanosaurus. And I know Chris was here for this. G-Fest one year when the two guests from this movie were here.
I got a picture with them.
Yep.
For free. That was fun.
I got the movie signed, and then I got my X Plus Titanosaurus box art signed by them. And that was really big for me. Yes, question. Wow, that's
dude,
cool.
I'm jealous.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the suit catches on fire too.
It does, yeah.
Godzilla's suit has caught on fire. It caught on fire in Mothra too in '64. This is crazy, man. And the explosions in this movie, nuts.
Yes, it is.
When Mechagodzilla is decimating the city.
Third time Hollywood has to thank Godzilla. Michael Bay has to thank this film for its explosions.
Definitely. Man, if you haven't seen this,
Huh?
the good thing or a bad thing?
Good thing for this one, because it started it before it got a little cliche.
Man, yeah, the shots of Mechagodzilla destroying the city, those explosions were mean.
Yeah, there were some really good shots too overall.
Yeah.
So yeah, that ends the show series.
That ends the show series.
All right, let's give like a rating, clapping, show series.
Show series.
How strong? I thought that would be stronger.
Come on, show series.
Show series. Come on. All right.
Any final questions about the show series? Yes. Space aliens? Did they?
They survived the first one, but the second one they got decimated.
Yeah, he jumps off the ledge at the end of the movie, but then Godzilla like blows up all the ships.
Yeah,
So I don't think anybody
He
survived.
didn't let them escape. No, not this time.
No, those aliens are gone for good. All right, Heisei era.
Woo! This is my favorite. Heisei fans. Yeah.
All right, 1984 to 1995. The Return of Godzilla, 1984.
All right.
Dun,
Oh, give me chills. Give me chills. Stop it. Stop it.
I love this.
I know.
And Dr. Pepper.
I want a Dr. Pepper now. Yeah.
This movie, man,
This brought it back.
yeah.
Like, to me, when I think of Godzilla, this is what I think of.
And again, this is one of those movies that they kind of ignored everything except the original.
The original.
Because they were like, well, in the Raymond Burr version of this one, the American version, which I do like the American cut of this film, the way it connects the old American 54 version. I do like that. And I do like that, I like Raymond Burr's line when he's like,
Yes.
they never found any corpse.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I do. I'm a little 50-50 with the American version, but Raymond Burr's, like, I liked him in the first one, but in this one he does a lot more.
Yeah.
I think in the story, he goes to the military, he gives them information because he's seen this firsthand before. He knows what's going on, and I love the parts where some of the military guy, I don't know his name, one of the general dudes or the assistant guy, he's like taking this not, he's not serious about this.
he's really
He's
squirrely.
like, yeah, he's like, oh, that's some urban renewal program they
And
got
Raymond
going over
Burr's
there.
just like-
and he's just like face palm. He's like, oh my god, this guy doesn't understand what's going on.
And Raymond Burr and like the Americans, we want to help them, but Raymond Burr's like, you know,
You
he did
can't-
all this before.
You can't do anything.
I'm sorry.
This one's even stronger too.
Yeah. So, it's yeah. What?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
a second
yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah, this
It's
is
another
a totally
second
new
one.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
I think Raymond Burr's line probably threw people off
That
too,
just to
but,
connect, yeah.
but that was just to add chill, I believe, because it was. It gives me chills every time I hear it.
Thank God. Yeah, because Godzilla could not do another campy film. He
Yeah.
just couldn't afford it.
But this one is dark, it's serious. You got the sea louse in the beginning, which is actually kind of terrifying. You know?
I think it's, yeah.
got
And the suit.
the suit.
The suit itself, I
Yep.
mean, wow! Like it's my favorite suit. I'm
Yeah.
very biased with this film, like it's but I mean, the suit is just so amazing, and that sci-fi.
Sci-fi.
For its time, yeah, it's really dated now, but for its time, and what was it, 30 feet of
It
just
was
a
tall.
pure cybernetic
It was big.
thing? I mean, it's just crazy. So they still have. Toho does still have the robotic head.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have the skin on it anymore, but they still have the
The
eyeballs
face.
there. Yeah, it looks kind of creepy actually.
Yeah. So this movie, and then of course this is the first introduction of the Super X,
Yeah.
which was an interesting concept for a
Yeah.
vehicle, you know.
Yeah, I'm glad they brought it back.
And then of course the ending of this film, it's sad, even though you know
Dude.
Godzilla didn't die. It's heart wrenching.
Well, no, see, I defend this film. We didn't know at the time, when you first see this movie, before Biolante came out,
Yeah.
we thought that Godzilla was dead.
Yeah,
that was
that's
it.
true.
So, for me, I mean, like, this movie almost made me tear up, especially, I think it's the English version where he does that scream as
he
he's
does the
falling
scream,
down the volcano. And it's
music.
just like, oh.
And then of course in the Japanese version, the ending credit song.
Yeah, oh yeah,
That
goodbye,
is like,
yeah, literally popping up on the
whoa,
song,
like,
yeah.
but it's also sad too.
Yeah, definitely 80s. And that's
But this film, I like it. It's
10
good.
out of 10.
10 out of 10. All right. Godzilla vs. Biollante, 1989. You knew I wasn't the only one that liked this film.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people don't like this
Well,
film.
I'd say now it's definitely gotten a better following. I think in 2014 there was a poll that was given to Japan, and they said like, what is your favorite Godzilla movie? And the most people in Japan said Biollante was their favorite.
Yeah.
So I think ever since 2014 it's had a resurgence in popularity, because when this film first came out, it was not well received.
No, it wasn't. And I believe Biollante had the same treatment Jaguar was. Biollante was a contest.
It was the story was
The
a fan
story
thing.
was a story was
So,
a fan. So
yeah.
think about that. A fan technically kind of made this movie.
And it made one of the most popular films now, I guess.
Yeah.
At the time,
But yeah, the whole scene, Godzilla coming back out of the volcano, that's awesome.
oh my God, such an amazing, amazing
The,
shot.
the ocean shots where he's fighting the battleships, even the fights with Biollante, they're so different. You know what I mean?
think the fight itself, it's not that exciting, but just to see this massive puppet on display,
Yeah.
and how many? What did it take? Like 8 people to man it?
Oh, it was like 30.
30?
I thought it was like, yeah.
Does anyone know the answer to that? Like how many people it took to make
Because
Biollante work?
Biollante.
You guys know in the back there?
How many people? 15.
15. Okay, yeah.
That's a good number.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge creature, and it sucks that they put all that creative effort into it, and it was not well received when it first came out.
Yeah,
It
no.
does suck, and that affected the rest of the series, as we're gonna see.
Yeah.
Of how Toho decided to do things.
Soundtrack for this film, I like the soundtrack.
Amazing.
I like the BioWars theme.
Amazing. Definitely 80s.
The opening for this scene too is
It's-
cool.
yeah,
The way it does the 84 and
Yeah, I
everything.
love it.
I
Yeah.
love it. It's great. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was the whole thing with this movie was if Godzilla was ever to come back, anti-nuclear bacteria, which was supposed to like weaken him to the point where he would just die.
This is what began the biology series.
Yeah.
Really. A lot of scientific stuff was put into this one, a lot with that.
Godzilla
that
DNA all over the place.
Yeah.
So, great movie. This has my favorite Super X. I love the Super X too.
It is. It's
I
great.
love how it's a drone. That's cool. And I love the fire mirror.
The mirror.
The
Yeah.
fire mirror is
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Very cool.
Give Godzilla a taste of his own medicine.
Right? I do like the scene too where Godzilla's in Osaka. And like the dude, when he's fighting Godzilla, it's like he's playing a game.
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
really into it. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, 1991. I know my dad, wherever he is, he likes this movie because he really enjoys the like World War II like
Aspect
throwback
of it?
into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why he likes this movie. And it's cool. And this movie, of course, it ruined a lot of the other ones because everyone always brings up plot holes and timelines.
This
and all
movie
that.
ruined any momentum that 1984 Biollante was giving to this series.
Yeah.
It like ruined it completely. But I mean, I think later on they actually they retconned it a lot.
Yeah.
They kind of made it where like, no, this really didn't happen in the later films, I
Yeah.
guess. But as a film on its own, though, it is a very. This is the most Showa film in the Heisei.
Yeah, it is.
You know, because it's just so goofy. You're like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
It's so funny.
And again, Ghidorah wasn't a space monster. He was made from 3 little Dorak creatures that were to take place. Because in this movie, okay, if you don't know, they go back in time and remove the dinosaur off the island that was going to turn into Godzilla. And then they leave the Dorats there. So then when the atomic tests go off, it's like Ghidorah takes Godzilla's place through history. And so that's pretty crazy.
Which is
itself.
a really cool idea.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, wouldn't it have been cool if they like did certain scenes throughout history
Yeah.
where it
that
was
would've been-
Ghidorah instead of
like
Godzilla?
Avengers Endgame did.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
But eventually Godzilla did come back, and he came back bigger and
Even
stronger than
stronger.
ever just because of the nuclear waste.
then the humans are like, oh, whoops, well, now we need King Ghidorah back. Okay.
Right? And then that's where we get Mecha King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Which, he didn't have enough time, in my opinion. That was such a cool concept.
Once again, I wish I just could have been a kid in theaters watching this.
Yeah.
And just seeing the first reveal of Mecha King Ghidorah, being like, oh my god, they went there.
And when I was a kid, I had the Trendmasters Mecha King
You
Ghidorah
already
figure,
knew.
but it was before I saw this movie. So
Yeah.
I was like, what
Yeah,
is
you're
this
like, where did
figure?
this come
It's
from?
King Ghidorah, but
Yeah.
like, why is he metal?
The other thing that was great about this film was, Terminator Day.
Robert Scott Field.
Yeah, Robert Scott Field.
We have met several times, and what a great guy. If you ever get the chance to go to G-Fest, he's usually always there. He wasn't there this year, but he's a great guy to talk to.
Yeah. He's doing, right now, he's currently doing some kind of project, which I guess involves Jet Jaguar, right?
Something like that, yeah. And then he also does a lot of stuff with Rebuild Japan, and he raises money to like rebuild certain areas of Japan.
I mean, he's a
good guy.
Very good guy. Yeah.
And whenever he is at G-Fest, anything he has exclusively, he's always using that money to raise for the Japan event.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of stuff signed by him, just because I love supporting him.
And he's still there for the fans.
Yeah.
Question?
Yeah,
Yes, that's
yeah,
right,
that's
yeah.
true. All the posters in the Heisei series were designed by one dude.
And aren't they just so breathtaking?
They are, they're cool.
Yeah.
I know my girlfriend Amber, this is her favorite. She
Is it?
loves this poster. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into that later. A couple movies from here.
Yep. He will return in another film.
Yep. Godzilla vs. Mothra, 1992. I have a soft spot for this film because this was my birth year, so this is my birth year Godzilla. Godzilla's son more cute though in this one.
I love it. Ah, there we go.
In Space Godzilla, a lot of people say King Ghidorah or Destroya is Godzilla's most arch nemesis, powerful enemy.
Yeah.
I think Space Godzilla is because of his powers.
Yeah, Space Godzilla, well, I mean, you know, the fact that he needs help from Mogira to take on
Like,
Space Godzilla.
I'm sorry,
so.
Space Godzilla, he's probably at the top of the list for Godzilla's most
I
powerful
mean,
enemy.
he has telekinesis, so
Right.
I mean, you can't really...
Exactly.
So.
Space Godzilla design, awesome.
I will say, the name Space Godzilla, not that creative.
It's a little cheesy.
I get that. But
This poster though,
I know.
this poster's cool.
Anyone have the Treadmaster figures that represent that guy? Yeah. I used to have a figure too. Yeah, right there. That's it. Yeah, this I don't know why this film is not that.
I don't know why either. People just don't like it.
Because like the characters are fun. Yuki's my favorite character.
Yeah.
The crazy island guy, I love him. And then Mogira, I'd say
Mogira's
Mogira.
alright.
Was that?
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah, we got this. In Biollante, she was introduced to have this connection with Godzilla, and then throughout the series, she's been, you know, progressing as a character.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. And that's why we all love her.
Yeah.
And then, oh yeah.
You did.
Was it this G-Fest? This last G-Fest? Oh, you know what? I don't think I met her.
And I haven't met her either.
Yeah, I would love to though. Maybe in the future. Hopefully she'll come back.
But yeah, and then Mogira originally was in the old school Mysterians movie, so
Yeah.
but totally different this time around.
I've always, I mean, this just might be me, just being crazy, but I've always looked at Mogira as like a Mecha Megalon. Am I the only one that
No,
thinks that?
Mecha Megalon, I like that.
Okay. I don't know why. I mean, okay, because I've just always thought that as a kid, I was like, hey, I mean, he digs underground, he has like this, you know.
And in a way, you think about it, not mobility-wise,
Right.
but arsenal-wise, he's like Iron Man.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah.
oh, I got this.
Yeah, there you go. You know, so I don't know, I've always looked at him as
I
like
can
the...
split into two parts. What are you gonna do now?
Yeah, exactly.
So we like this movie.
Yeah, and then my favorite thing about this movie is the ending with the ending credits where they're on the beach.
Yeah.
Just that music is just so beautiful. This is the first, well not the first one, but it was the without Akira Kakube with anyone help me when it gets to oh gosh. Yes, yeah. So he'll be back in Godzilla 2000. So.
But yeah, good
And
movie.
anime, really.
Yeah. And then of course Space Godzilla was created by Biollante and Mothra somehow taking Godzilla into space.
There's a split.
Yeah.
Who believes that it was that Space Godzilla came from Mothra, going into space and destroying that asteroid? Okay. Now who believes that he came from Biollante? Okay. All right. There's a lot more Biollante believers out there. All right.
What do you think? I'm with Biollante too.
I am, but at the same time, I mean, when Mothra went out, she's like, I'm gonna go take out that asteroid. I always thought that asteroid was Space Godzilla, and then like just decimated her. And that's why she never made a return.
Yeah, it was always just like Mary.
Well, I guess there's a Rebirth of Mothra. Is the Rebirth of Mothra series canonical?
I don't know. It is because
It is?
the Mothra, Rebirth of Mothra 1 is the
Is that the
Mothra
one?
from the 92.
Oh, okay, then I go with Biollante, because obviously that went out the window.
Alright.
Yes, the water scene when, it's like a tail, like
The water scene when Space Godzilla's blasting him on Monster Island. I'll just call it Monster Island. And then the shoulder rips apart. Yep.
Oh yeah, Monster Island makes an appearance.
Yeah. Alright.
It wasn't called Monster Island, though.
No, it wasn't. No one's destroyed.
Now this was a way to end the series.
Yeah.
My God.
Soundtrack for this film
I'm not gonna
again.
make that joke. I'm just gonna say my God. That's it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not going with that joke. Not that. No, don't do it. No. Stop that.
But the soundtrack for this movie.
I mean, Akira Ifukube went into this. He's like, this will be my
Last one.
thing that I do, and it will be my magnum opus.
Yep.
And it is. I mean,
The opening.
There's nothing wrong with this film.
No.
Nothing. It is like perfect.
I feel so bad though for Godzilla Jr.
I know. We all
Like,
do.
well, even them in the movie, they're like,
I know.
why would you do that to
I
him?
felt bad for him, using him and all that stuff. But yeah, Burning Godzilla, just such a cool incarnation.
Yeah.
You know, cool design.
Especially linking him to being like a nuclear reactor
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah. And then the connection with the first film too, having the actors come back.
Yep.
The love interest, right?
Yeah, the love interest.
Yeah. They come. I forgot her name.
What was her name? The love interest from the first Godzilla movie with Dr. Sarazawa.
Yamane. Yeah. So I love how they brought her back, and then there's even the room where the old scientist used to be, his office.
They had the
very
Stegosaurus there.
Yeah, very nostalgic. And then I mean, and it's okay to raise your hand. How many of us cried when Godzilla died? I did.
Come on, don't be ashamed.
Don't be ashamed. We all did. Yes, we all did.
I think every time I still kind of get a little.
Every time the first note of the Requiem song plays, I go, oh, okay, here we go.
Especially when it's all the dust is around and
Yeah.
like his chest opens up and then he lets out that roar.
And then all of a sudden he just starts melting. I vividly remember being a kid and I watched this on VHS, and the first time I saw it, the first time that happened, I just bawled. I was just like, I can't do
And
this.
this movie made international news
It
here in America
did.
too. They were like, Godzilla died.
It was a big deal. This was a very big deal. And it was definitely supposed to be the last film.
Yeah. Until the Millennium Era. But man,
Before the Millennium Era. Before the Millennium Era.
we're gonna get to that in a second. You see it on there.
Before.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, this was the first, and I bet for many of you guys who are 90s kids, like us, this was the first Godzilla film we saw in theaters. Never be ashamed of that. I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, my first film was this film, and I'm like, it always seems so sad. I'm like, no, it's the first time seeing Godzilla. This introduced Godzilla to a whole new fan base. Well, not fans, but a whole new fan, and all that stuff. And the problem with it though, it doesn't respect the source material. They say suit actor walked out.
He walked out of the theater. He was like, that isn't Godzilla.
Like, that's not Godzilla. This isn't the spirit of Godzilla.
Yeah.
So for me, I find this film enjoyable. I think it's very entertaining as a monster movie, just a fun little popcorn film.
If it wasn't called Godzilla, it's a good monster movie.
I look at it more as a Beast from 20,000 Fathoms American remake. I think that's what it's more like. you know, we consider him Zilla. He doesn't deserve the God title.
Yeah.
And also called Gino, which I've never called the film Gino. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird. But yeah, it definitely was a first attempt, that's for sure.
The animated series, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
I want to say the only thing I do like about this movie, and that's why we chose this
The
poster.
French guy?
No, that's why we chose this poster. I kind of like the Japanese
Yeah, well that just kind of goes, I mean, they always have better posters than us anyway.
Yeah. And this movie
Even
was,
our American films, they have better posters.
and this movie was really heavily marketed by Taco Bell.
I remember that. Yeah.
Here, lizard.
Yeah. Remember like all the marketing with like the big semis? His foot is look at this as big as a semi, this poster, or this billboard.
His head.
Yeah, his eyeball or something. Yeah, it's like
They marketed this movie crazy.
Yeah, man, I still have I got from a band one time a Taco Bell cup.
Yeah.
And it still has the sweepstakes on it, and it has not been peeled off. And I'm like, it'd be funny if that was a winning cup.
Right.
But I'm not gonna peel it obviously. But I mean, it'd be funny if it was.
All right, let's move on to the Millennium series.
Yeah.
Godzilla 2000.
The Return of the King.
Who saw this in theaters when it was here?
Yeah. Talk about that's what Godzilla's supposed to be.
Now my grandma, she's still around. She is a big Godzilla fan. I saw this with my grandma. She loves Godzilla, and she loved this movie.
Woo!
Shout out to you, Grandma. I will show you this video whenever it's up.
Yeah, I mean,
Godzilla 2000.
this film is I'd say it's my favorite Millennium series.
Yeah.
And once again, it's kind of unfortunate though, because it came out a year after '98, and so
immediately.
American audiences were so confused. We're like, wait a minute, is this a sequel? Is it not? I mean, of course, as Godzilla fans, we knew what was going on, but for the general audience, they're like, wait a minute, why is it called Godzilla 2000? Like,
Yeah.
what happened to the other sequels that came out? You know, so that didn't help the film in the
No,
States.
it didn't.
And it did. I don't think it did that well because it was just very put together quick. Like Toho was like, oh god, we gotta put this together because Godzilla's ruined right now.
And again, they focus on Godzilla's DNA and regenerative properties and everything in this film a lot. Like they figure out how come when we fire all this stuff at him, how's he able to stay alive? And it's like, oh, he can just like instantly regenerate G1.
Yeah. And this was the first reboot film that had Godzilla fight an opponent.
Orga.
Yeah. Who loves Orga? We got Orga fans here? Yeah. Orga's a pretty cool character. If you guys see the concept art of Orga, he went farther than he did in the film. He looks really cool to see what he would have looked like if he would have continued to grow more.
That was
like
crazy though, when he turned into like almost like the snake eating
I wanted to see more of it. I was like, come on.
That was
he gets
wild.
blown up. I'm like, oh, right. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Go ahead.
Was there? Oh, then I gotta read that then.
Yeah. But good movie.
Very traditional, very classic.
Go ahead.
You know what?
Yeah. Okay.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Because the Gamera Heisei trilogy is like amazing.
Round of applause and woos. Godzilla Heisei series.
Woo!
Gamera Heisei series. Gamera wins the Heisei series when it comes to movies.
I've had to live with that.
But you know who I like in this movie though? I like the evil military.
Oh yeah, Godzilla!
Well, I like it when Godzilla hits the building and his instant reaction is, ha-ha!
He's like, oh wow, I see. Yeah.
That's great.
The hero guy,
I'm gonna get it!
oh, come on, no, correcting is terrible. Yeah.
Sure.
It was Bagan, right?
Baggin?
Well, thank God that didn't happen.
Right?
Good. Oh, well, man, no, that's not good. I'm not moving on.
Godzilla versus Megaguirus.
Now, this one as well is kind of an underrated film. Not a lot of people like this one. the older I've gotten, I've grown to like it more.
And this is where they completely started. We talked about this earlier in the Millennium series. This is where they started ignoring everything in between except the original Godzilla.
Every movie was a reboot, basically.
And
it was
funny-
an anthology.
Yeah. And funny about this movie, the way I came across this movie was actually the Tank Birdie swap meet here in Tucson. I was younger, and some guy actually had the Japanese VHS, and that's how I came across this movie.
Nice.
So I watched it in Japanese with subtitles. It was interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah. But definitely, and you know, this movie, for kids, it has that terrifying scene where the lady
Oh, it's like a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's like they changed directors
yeah.
just for that one movie, or that one scene, yeah.
But the whole black hole idea.
Oh,
Dimension Tide.
unique and creative, I'll give them that. Not smart, though.
Nah. Because what did they do? They opened up a wormhole, and what came through was Megaguirus. And
Mega Nuon, yep.
which
Rodan.
originally made his appearance in the original Rodan. Yep. Rodan fed off of them.
Oh yeah, and this film actually has connections to, don't they show other films? Or no, that's Tokyo SOS.
Yeah,
I'm getting ahead of myself.
the X-Monkey Godzilla.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yep, we'll get to that. But yeah, Megaguirus, interesting final battle and stuff. I do like the scene where all of them are swarming around Godzilla, taking his energy and stuff. Yeah, I like that.
Music, that part.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
And he's like he's the only kaiju's ever like actually taunted Godzilla. Like when he's like, I'm gonna drop this on you. He's like, no.
Megaguirus has a personality,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I love it.
When he smiles, when they do that
He's
smile,
like, they hit that like, I
The
don't know.
pyramid
the
thing.
building thing, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna do it.
He's like, no, you're not. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. And then we get a little bit of a show aspect. Godzilla does the whole
does that body slam.
Thing. That was pretty fun.
That's right.
So, yeah, I don't know, very underrated. But who like a round of applause for this film?
You like this movie?
Okay, that's kind of what I expected. Yeah.
All right, now the next one, the longest Godzilla title in history. I'm just gonna say GMK.
Godzilla Monster, King of Giant Monster, I'll add that. There you go.
And interesting for this one that always throws me off, they use the show of Aragon on the poster.
You know what? That is the first time I've noticed that.
Really?
Oh boy.
But Aragon in this movie, I mean,
He's so cute!
he's so cute.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he is played by a female suit actress.
First
Have you
ever.
guys seen the behind the scenes of that where you hear she's like going,
She's getting into the character.
It is adorable. I love it.
But who would have rather had the original cast for this movie?
I would.
Yep, Varan, Anguirus, and Baragon.
Yeah. We would have got some more Anger's love.
Yeah.
But the only reason why, money.
But Varan's design is present in Ghidorah's face.
Yeah,
See where they still use it. Yep. And this is the first movie where, well, besides Mecha Ghidorah, but
Role
Ghidorah
reversal.
is a good guy. Yep. He's actually a guardian.
Yeah, we would say that the Millennium series was kind of that time where Godzilla wasn't like good guy, bad guy. It kind of switched depending on what the story was about. So
Again, this movie ignored everything kind of in between, and Godzilla was just. It was weird that he had like the spirits of everybody who was killed in the war.
yeah, the World War II, the spirits that, and because the youth was forgetting about it, people were forgetting about that time.
Yeah.
And the youth was very rowdy. They weren't respectful to the old, tradition or anything like that. So then those angry spirits came up and it made Godzilla. What I love about this film is it has a very mythical element to it that Godzilla has not had since 1954. Because in the original there was also that myth element to him, where he was this like god and they had to send out and make sacrifices to keep him calm or something. So this was the first film the next film that they actually reintroduced a more mythical element to it, and I love that. And Godzilla himself is just terrifying.
Oh yeah, those Undertaker eyes.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Mothra on this poster has the original Mothra design, which I like Mothra design in this movie.
Yeah,
The purple eyes and everything. I like Mothra's design in this film.
Wow.
Plus, we never got to really see her use kind of like a stinger and like she uses
Yeah, like
it.
shoots
That's
out
cool.
something.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about her in this one. I like her design too.
She has a stinger.
As a stinger finally, yeah.
Other question? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was interesting. His heart was still beating at the end of the film.
It's just to show that Godzilla will never die.
Yeah.
Like it.
There you go.
Exactly. It's true. Except for 1995, yes, that's true.
But
I guess it was more of a symbolic Godzilla will never die
Yeah.
kind of thing.
But for me, the highlight of this movie was Baragon. I kind of wish he had lasted a little bit longer. I felt bad for him.
I know, he definitely, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The like jail cell guys or something?
Mhm.
Oh, no, it's the villager.
It was a house on the village.
It's just very reminiscent of the first one, too.
Yep, it was. So, next, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla.
My favorite Mechagodzilla movie. Yes.
We got the Evangelion version of his head up here, which is the popcorn bucket from Universal Studios Japan.
This film,
What? We had a question.
Your question?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this is when
We were going to talk about
this is when I got ahead of it. Yeah, when they started to show like War of the Gargantuans was canon.
Yep.
Mothra was
Because originally, again, they're forgetting everything in between. They're going back to just the original Godzilla, but then they do have a scene to where like Godzilla cursed Japan ever since we've been attacked by giant monsters, and they go over the Rogan, Mothra, the War of the Gargantuan films, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what starts the next direct sequel.
Yep.
And
Mechagodzilla Kiryu, he was made from the original Godzilla's bones.
Yes.
And that's pretty cool.
it is cool. I mean, that's a way to keep it fresh, I think. You know.
And then especially when he goes berserk,
Yeah.
the old
Yeah.
Godzilla's roar and stuff. It's pretty crazy.
The only reason I think this is my favorite Mechagodzilla movie is because it is what you get in the title. It is Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. There are no other monsters that come and interrupt this battle. That's what I love it. In the first one, we got King Caesar interrupting it, Titanosaurus interrupts the other one, and then Mothra. It is so simple. This is the first time you really get a slam down between Godzilla and Mechagodzilla. That's why I love it the most.
Hey, Chris, I have a question because I know my phone died. How are we doing on time?
Oh, let's see. 8:58.
Is it really only 9?
Only 9.
Wow, we're doing better on time than I thought. I was like, we're gonna have to rush through the rest of this just so we can get back to the contest. But
Nah, we're having fun.
we'll
Are we having
continue.
fun?
Are we having fun?
We're doing good?
We're doing a good job.
Everyone in the back, can you hear us? We're doing good, right? Having fun? Yeah.
Hopefully we can get to everything tonight before people start wanting to go home to bed, because we do have another panel that's going to talk about collecting. So if you're interested in figures and all that stuff, you're going to want to stick around.
You you can't go home though. We locked the gate, so you're stuck here until the end.
Everybody knows Empire, those green and black and silver Godzilla figures that you would find at the Take Verde Swap Meet. I can see them a lot there. Flea markets. Very original. Super old. Yep. Classic. That's the only one that I own. I do have him here. I do have some stuff here that's just like, granted, I'm not sure how well you guys can see, but, just an actual representation versus a picture. Yeah. Huh? If you want, sure. I will leave you in charge of passing stuff around.
I'll make security chase you down if you're wrong.
Yeah. Which, I don't know who's security consists of. There you go. Okay. So,
I'm Batman.
there you go. So if you see anybody run, you're right there. And Scott's right there at the entrance too, so he'll stop people from running. All right. But yeah, Empire. Really simple. They're classic. They're around.
I've never owned any of them, so
Yeah?
I can't really say from experience.
I know. I've had this one since I was a kid, and I know Richie. So he has one that he's had since he was like 3 or 4 or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. It's crazy. All right. A little bit more to talk about. Trendmasters. A lot of us grew up with Trendmasters. I know I did.
Yes.
Fun stuff.
God, the nostalgia.
Yep. Fun Trendmasters. Man, that Gigan. Gigan was beat up.
Who was?
And he wasn't Trendmasters, like, Gigan's a cyborg, but he was like almost natural because they gave him like the bone ivory colors. They didn't give him the silver, So a lot of weird stuff.
a lot of liberties were taken with the designs of these monsters when these came out.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Like Biolante right here.
You can see Biolante has legs.
Yeah.
What is that?
What is that?
And then my extremely old Mecha King Ghidorah that has missing one wing and has a glued on head. Yeah. Fun stuff.
Who here has any of these figures still in box? You do? You did too? Nice.
Those are worth some money too.
They are? Yeah.
We will pass Space Godzilla around so you can have a closer look. Very pretty one. I have to thank Mike, the manager of Zia Records and the owner of Tucson Comic Con. He sold me that. Nope, he does not power up. I've tried several times.
I totally don't want to take that one.
But yeah, Trendmasters, a lot of fun stuff. A lot of fun designs, crazy colors, crazy concepts. They're fun. Bandai Creation.
Bandai.
Good old Bandai. A lot of stuff up here. And, I mean, I don't really have any, well, no, I do have Bandai's to pass around. And you guys get to do comparisons.
Bandai's here too.
Yeah, the Bandai's up here. A lot of these are Bandai. But you can, I think a lot of us can tell the difference between a Bandai Japan figure and a Bandai Creation figure.
Yeah.
You know, there are differences. The King Caesar right there and Gigan are both Bandai Creations. And then, of course, in the middle, yeah, there you go. That is the Bandai Japan King Caesar and Titanosaurus. You got some 50th Memorial Box figures here. Those are up here as well. Mechanicon, I love that Bandai Mechanicon, yeah. Chris loves 84, but let's just all give him a boo because he sold his 50th Memorial Box 84.
That was probably one thing I regret doing, and it was a very, but it was a very dumb decision. Like, I've sold a lot of stuff in my time, but that was the one figure that I regret selling. And now it's like, good luck to get it again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, there's all kinds of stuff. For those of you who were walking around in front of my shop, I did have my large-scale 64 Bandai on display. Those are pretty sought after, especially the bronze version.
Yeah.
There's a bronze version of that figure that ranks in big bucks.
Oh yeah.
That's if anybody's selling it.
Right. Yeah, who's willing to sell that?
Let's see, what am I going to pass around next? I'm passing around two figures, and that is just so you can see the difference between Bandai Creation and Bandai Japan. We got both the Gigans here.
That was a fusion one though.
Yeah, that is the fusion one, and the Bandai Gigan there from Japan is from the Memorial Box. Yes. So, lots of fun with Bandai. Now the next section is something that I've grown to like over the years. I never used to like any of this stuff. Then I really got into it, and that was Marmots, Bullmarks, M1s, Parababies, Tiger Brains, Sun Guts. What else is there?
I don't know any of that. Really.
You don't know any of that? I'll cover some of this stuff. So, as you can already see, some of this stuff is like the crazy color, crazy, like, deformed, I want to say. They're not accurate to the films, put it that way.
Very stylized.
Yeah. Except for the Gigan. The Gigan is the only Gigan you can get that looks like it's from the Megalon.
That's true.
So, and I don't have one of those. I pulled that image off Google. I kind of wish I had one of those Gigans, but they're really expensive. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. But I've grown to like this stuff over the years. I really love my Megaton, that big guy that's in the top left right there. Yeah. Yep. He's a prize. And then I just recently got that little Baragon right in the middle. He's beautiful. I love him. He's from Wonderfest. If anybody knows who Wonderfest is and what Wonderfest in Japan
It's
is.
a person?
Wonderfest is a festival. I mean, it's kind of like a G-Fest. They do a lot of Godzilla stuff.
It's a big figure though.
Yeah.
Like a big figure thing.
It's a big figure. It's mainly like all figures. And what's coming out, again, the Baragon is like an exclusive.
Yeah.
And they come out with a Baragon every year, but it's a different variant every year.
Same mold.
Yeah, just limited quantities of that color. So, but I couldn't pass up that purple. I love purple. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you got the Gausses and those are Marmots, Titanosaurus, which is M1, which we'll pass him around as well. That we can kind of get a closer look at the crazy colors and the non-accuracy that is M1 bolt mark. Yeah, so a lot of fun stuff. Revoltech. Revoltech was SH Monstars before SH Monstars was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of articulation. They came out with some cool stuff.
They're not around anymore, right? Yeah.
No, Revoltech is gone, but they came out with some cool stuff, and their figures came with, they came with effect parts. You see the cameras have the flames and all that stuff. Legion there, that one, that's really hard to find these days for a good price. That Legion one is crazy.
I actually didn't know that they did camera.
Which camera?
All of them. I didn't even know they did camera at all.
Yeah, they did the 95 and then they did the 96. They didn't do a 99 though. But yeah. But then of course they did the Showa, and then I love the Showa Gauss too. That one's cool.
Yeah.
He has a beam too that he comes with, and then it has a plane that you can like slide on the beam, and it looks like it's being cut in half. It's pretty cool. But and then the Revoltech Gigan.
That's my favorite, the Gigan.
The Gigan's cool.
Yeah, that one's my favorite.
And a favorite for me again, I like the Revoltech Baragon. He's cool. You can perk up his ears. Nice.
Yeah.
So Revoltech, a lot of fun stuff. They did a lot of cool stuff.
Anybody have any Revoltech?
Have some Revoltech out there?
Yeah, which one?
I got Revoltech Legion camera 96. I actually got Legion from this guy.
Huh?
I got camera 96 in Japan and I
Wow.
Very cool. Let's see. I don't have any Revoltechs to pass around, so I'm sorry about that. I only had limited things to pass around tonight. But make do. What's next? SH Monster Arts. A lot of fun stuff. It's iffy. I mean, I like SH Monster Arts when they first started.
They started out
And then they just kind of got ridiculously priced, and then we got less over the years. So, SH Monster Arts kind of just ended up becoming a disappointment, especially with their repaints.
Oh
and
my
stuff.
god, yeah. The only ones I collected back in the day were, I had the Batra, Larva,
No, but he kind of was in the last.
yeah, I had the Batra Larva and the Mothra Larva set for a while. Then I had Biolante. That was actually my first SH Monster Arts. And talk about a first figure for that one. That was pretty crazy. But the thing that I can't stand with SH Monster Arts is that they are so fragile. Like, not really they break, but it's just like they're parts that pop on all the time. And like, I can't tell you, just like barely touching Biolante, like her tentacles would just fall off.
And
I was
people
like,
have done cool stop motion with them, and I give them props.
I don't
for
know how
that,
to do it.
because how many times do you think that
Yeah.
that messed up on?
yeah. And I'm like, I paid how much for Biolante?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's not a line anymore that I think is good, and especially with the 2019 Ghidorah. We actually a shout out to Monstrosities here because they did a live stream where they unboxed the 2019 King Ghidorah, and they just had a very fun time with that. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of with Everett. If you wanted to get that, I would just get the Bandai one.
Yeah.
For the amount of money you're spending, you could get next to most of that amount.
Because I don't mean to call somebody out and put them on the spot, but if he ever watches this video, I guess he could complain. But there was somebody in the Godzilla group, I have to tell the story just because of the convenience of it. The Kiryu head up here from Japan Universal Studios, Susa Popcorn Bucket. That thing, somebody asked about it, like, where did you get it? And, like, how much is it? And I was like, it's about $160 with shipping. And he was like, man, that's expensive. And then I just was like looking at what this guy usually posts in the Godzilla groups, and he just got SH Monster Arts 2019 King Ghidorah, and it's like more expensive than that. And I was like,
at least this thing's built good. It's not
yeah,
a break or anything,
that thing is so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
So, and then I threw some pictures up here, as you can see, of some of the Ultraman figures, just because Ultra Act was also kind of part of SH Monster Arts as well. Tamashii Nations, they did all those things, and of course they did Dragon Ball Z figures.
Those ones are probably more sturdy just because they're just simple figures, like human figures.
Yeah. So, yeah, SH Monster Arts, they're a mixed bag.
Started out innocent, but now they're a little quality control.
By the way, I don't know if anyone's here that wanted, I'll have to ask Jeremy.
I don't know who won the raffle for the SH Monster 62. That guy won it. He was like, I got it, I'm gone. Yes. He said that they made more than figures. So congratulations to Otaku Gaming. That's good, it's true. So whoever won that, that's a good figure though. But before we get to the next slide, let me put this guy back together. See, look, here's what we're already talking about this monster art. I haven't touched this guy. His hand though. And that's actually one of the better ones, the other day. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on, technical difficulty. You gotta figure out which way the piece goes. Yeah, that too. Alright, let's just be careful with this guy. Make sure he doesn't fall apart. Yeah, if he does though, we don't blame you because it's very friendly. Yeah, just watch where the pieces fall, if they do. Alright, X Plus. Everybody loves X Plus, right? The most detailed of the that's little figures. I think I said earlier, but like, who can afford it? That too. Yeah, these are the ones that I think both of us have the most experience with. Shout out goes to Fresh Vinyl again. Richie, so he's a bad influence. He got me into these guys back in the day. He got a lot of people. Yeah. I did have a pretty good sized collection of these guys, and actually some of these guys Everett bought off from me. Yep. So I think Shin Godzilla. That was one. Mine. I gave to you. Megalon. Jet Jaguar. And Violon. Nope. I did not. Oh wait, that's right. Yeah. That was somebody else. Yeah. X Plus was a ride for sure. I don't collect them anymore really, just because I can't afford them. But the figures that I've kept are 30 centimeter 1984 figure. Definitely really 84 figure, right? 84, yeah. So, but the others, yeah, I just couldn't keep up with it. Because X Plus, they like to do this thing where they come out with a line, and you think it's cool, they don't come out with it often, you know, you're like, okay, well, every once in a while they come out with a figure that I want. And then all of a sudden they start to realize how much money they're making from it, and then they just start to, you know, every month they'll come out with multiple figures, and you're like, well, that's almost like $200 to $300 a month now, and it starts to turn into this, you know, bill. And one of the biggest things to me that I've learned over the years is that if you're someone who's young and you're collecting a lot, like you want to get into the collecting business, that's fine, no problem getting into collecting. But I really want to stress that if you collect and it's starting to become a monthly bill to where it's like, oh, this figure's coming out next month, I hope I have the money. Like if you're stressing about getting that figure and it's becoming less fun for you, stop. Yeah. Like really cut the cord with that, because it's not healthy. Not worth it. It's not healthy for you, it's not healthy for people around you, because I can tell, for me from experience, that collecting is fun and all, but it does have a dark side to it. Like anything. It has that addiction factor to it. So I don't want to turn people off from collecting, because it is fun. Yeah. But just really, as Monstrosity said, collect responsibly. It's a very important thing to keep in mind. Buy what you like, buy what you can afford. Yeah. And if you do like something and you can afford it, just like with anything Godzilla, if you see a pre-order window for anything, try to find those pre-order windows and pre-order it. Yeah. Because if you don't get it if you don't get the pre-order, or at least shortly after it comes out, expect to pay double in like even a couple of months. Yeah. I think, what was the shop that sold this? Zia Records. Yeah, they had a Shin Godzilla Depo Reel figure on their table for display. That little guy, being like this big, he's now on eBay for $500, $600. He was originally $50. So that just shows you that if there is a certain figure you want, like if you're really passionate. For me, it's 80 cents. So like, of course, I wanted to keep those because I wanted them badly. So certain figure you want from X Plus, definitely go out and get it. But just be careful when it comes to like selecting others or like trying to want to collect the whole collection, because X Plus they have not only one. How many lines do they have? So we're on the top of X Plus. They have the 30 centimeter line, 25 centimeters. Yuji Sakai. Favorite models selection.
Death-O-Reals. Gigantic,
which are insane.
Yeah. I mean, that's already 6 different lines.
Yeah. So if you were like a hardcore collector of X Plus, hopefully you're a millionaire. So with X Plus, it's definitely an acquired taste, at least, because you have to be very selective with that line.
Yeah.
Because it's really going to take a toll.
Definitely.
On your veins.
And especially if you're drawn to Rick Boys, that little extra thing.
Yeah.
So X Plus, they got standard figures, which are just the figures themselves. And then you got Rick Boys, which are exclusives, which are even more limited. And they'll either have a light-up gimmick. I like the ones that come with something.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why I took a picture of that's the Rick Boy for the Ghidorah 68. And it comes with the little Keylock spaceship and the Fire Dragon, which is just another Keylock spaceship encased in a translucent plant.
There are better Ricks than
There
that
are.
one, but like the King Caesar one, the 25 centimeter, came with a little statue.
And he came with propped up ears.
And propped up, yeah, it's like changed the ears out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you get into X Plus, I wouldn't consider light-up gimmicks because again, sometimes they can just die out.
They burn out. Once again, Fujiso, he got the 1975 Mecha Godzilla. I don't remember if it was 25 centimeter or whatever, but he got the light-up version, and as soon as he opened the box, it was already burnt out.
Yeah.
So that was already $100 wasted on that figure.
Yeah.
Because it was extra added on just because it was a Rick.
So if you do get anything X Plus and it's a Rick Boy, try to look for the stuff that has the little extras.
Yeah, physical elements.
Yeah. They're a little better worth it.
It's like DLC for figures.
Man, hey, there you go. DLC for figures.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. NECA, probably one of the newest craze that's kind of going around. Just because they are affordable. You can get them stateside. You don't have to import them like X Plus or anything like that.
They are one of the best ways to get started.
Yeah. If you want to get started, NECA is the way to go.
Yeah.
All of their 2019 figures from the new movie so far, amazing.
Don't know why they didn't have a Ghidorah.
Here, by the way, test this around. This is an X Plus 30 centimeter Titanosaurus.
You get to see the quality.
That way
of
you can see the quality of X Plus because X Plus is accurate to the film. They're the most accurate representation of the character you can get in a figure.
And we're talking so accurate that these sculpts aren't based on the monsters, really. They're based on the suits.
So even on Titanosaurus's back, you can see
a zipper thing. You'll see like a bit of a
patch
thing,
that would open up, and that's where the suit actor would get in and out.
So even on some of the Godzilla figures, they have some of the holes poked in the throat.
Yep.
Suit actor.
Pretty crazy. But yeah, back to NECA. They're stepping up their game now.
I've had a bad history with them at first. Once again, they're 84.
I don't know if they
right here.
No.
This guy.
Oh yeah.
This abomination.
Look at that. We all know what Godzilla 84 looks like.
94 was their first release, which it was alright, a decent attempt. Yeah. Not too bad. And then they remade him with Bernie Godzilla. They didn't have the same sculpt, but it was just with the orange on it. And I think 2014 was also part of the first line because it was coming out with 2014 was the thing.
Yep.
This one is okay. Definitely this is a lot better.
Yeah.
And then they made the announcement that 84 was coming out. And I don't know if you have the picture of the prototype.
No, I don't.
But the prototype of 84 was even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, like, someone photoshopped it and they made it look like Gabra. It looked like a better Gabra.
Yep,
Like,
I
his face
remember
was
that.
so smushed up and it looked terrible. So everyone, complained at them. And NECA decided, they went back to the drawing board, but they came up with this. And remember, I'm a huge 84 fan. So you don't mess with 84. That to me is like a disgrace to the character. It looks so bad. The fingers are painted horribly. The foot, there's a toenail that is super long. I don't know how that got past QA. It's on every figure. It's not like a 1 in 100 case or something. It's like every figure that was released had that. The face is, I don't know, I get it. Maybe 84 is just hard to the face. I don't know, but I mean, like
X-Force can do it.
Bandai did it so good. So I don't understand why NECA couldn't do it. They're re-releasing him, but all they've done is fix the dorsal plates. But to me, I feel they need to go back to the drawing board and just remake it from the ground up.
Yeah.
But with all that said, the GMK 1954 Shin Godzilla, and actually this poster, I really like this.
I like
one,
the
actually.
poster version.
They've stepped up their game a lot. The
64.
Yeah, 64 one that did it just drop?
No, well, the prototype drop.
The prototype drop.
Figure
Yeah.
has dropped.
So those figures now, like NECA is now starting to put, they look as on par as SH Monster Arts. And yet, unlike SH Monster Arts, these guys are a lot more affordable and they don't break. Like these guys are sturdy, like they're meant to be played with. So I would recommend NECA to a new collector because they are so affordable. They are nice. Besides a couple. But, and yeah, exactly. They are good with kids. The only one thing which they have fixed, a lot of their older figures with the tails, they had this
bendy wire.
Very brilliant idea to have the bend wire into the tail, and it was the most frustrating thing to like put on. But I think they fixed that now.
Yeah.
So they've made an actual ball.
Now NECA tails on Godzilla, they're like an SH Monster Arts.
Yeah. So honestly, I mean, SH Monster Arts wasn't afraid of these guys at first, but now they should be
because they're giving them a run for their money.
Yeah.
Because the SH Monster Arts 2019 Godzilla, you can get that thing for what, probably $100 with shipping. Yeah, it's like 89.
Yeah.
So like, think about $100.
This
guy just came out. Like, if some place is $20.
Yeah. And he's just as good.
And he's right here on the end.
Yeah.
Probably won't pass him around, but like after we're done, if you want to come up and like take a closer look and stuff.
And they are starting to do more. Like originally, their license was only able to do Godzilla. They couldn't do any of the monsters. But with 2019, they're starting to do Mothra and Rodan. So hopefully they'll be able to start to branch out and do other monsters, and then we can maybe get a really good lineup of these.
See, I'm waiting for people to get the Mothra Rodan pack from SH Monster Arts in their hands, because the Mothra and the Rodan from NECA already look 1,000 times better than the SH Monster, and that's sad.
Yeah, it is.
So
it's just the amount of money it's just crazy.
Yeah, definitely collect NECA. It's a good place to start. And again, just buy what you like, buy what you can afford.
And like I said, the biggest thing is you don't have to feel obligated. Like you see, big YouTubers and stuff, and if they have a huge collection behind them,
don't get intimidated.
Don't feel like you have to beat them. It's not a competition. There's something that I've noticed throughout the YouTube game every day that there's a lot of YouTubers that instead of collecting for fun and the passion of it, it's now become this game where it's like, oh, I have more than you do. And their competition is taking the fun out of collecting, taking the fun out of a hobby to where, you have the scalpers that are on eBay that are trying to overcharge people, and it's it's a very unfortunate thing. So when you collect, like if it's NECA or X, you don't have to buy every single figure that's in the line just to prove something.
Buy what you like.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna use the NECA that's up here in the corner up here. I just got this guy.
Yeah.
They came out with the version 1 from 2019, and it was just a plain Godzilla. It was plain Godzilla from the new movie. But I like the blue on this guy. It really caught my eye. So I just waited, and I got the version 2. And of course now they're doing a version 3 that looks like a Cheeto Dorito Godzilla. But so that's a perfect example of just buy what you like. You don't have to have every single variant of a figure.
It's very important.
Yeah.
It's just you'll have a lot more fun. And the biggest thing too is like if you look at your shelf and you see what you have, if to know you have a good collection for yourself, you can look at your collection and you're proud of it. You know exactly what you have and everything like this that has sentimental value. Like a lot of stuff I have in my collection, it's very small now from what it used to be. But now everything I have has a purpose. Everything. Everything.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Bye bye.
We will most likely be here.
You better. So it's just everything. You just want to make sure that you really have a passion for getting that certain figure or that certain character. Just don't feel obligated like you have to just buy all this stuff just because.
Yeah. If you have like 5 of the movies and 2 of the figures, hey, that collection is special to you. Don't feel intimidated by any person who has more than you.
And it doesn't matter how big your collection is. If you're a Godzilla fan, you're a Godzilla fan. It
Exactly.
doesn't mean like, oh well, I have like, you know, all of these guys, which means I'm a better Godzilla fan than anyone else. But you know, then you have one guy who just has one guy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make it any different from, you know, a person who has more figures or whatever. If you're a Godzilla fan, that's what it is. You bought something that represents what you like. There you go. You don't have to compete with bigger people. You know, you don't have to do that. Don't feel intimidated by these bigger collectors.
Just enjoy the hobby. You guys love and the strength of Godzilla alive.
Yeah.
And again, things like this will grow. It'll get bigger. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to doing this again next year. This is great, guys. Thank you again for everybody sticking with us towards the end.
Oh yeah.
This is great.
Do you guys have any questions?
Any questions about figures collecting? Oh, yes.
Yeah, is there a figure of like, you know, that Evangelion series?
There is. They did come out with an X plus 30 centimeters. There is two. There was that one and there was a red.
Yeah, red one? Well, I guess actually there's three then, because I forgot about these. Yeah, there was this one that was colored purple, and there was another one that was red. But then there was another one that was like a Godzilla mix with
Yeah, that
an
one looks
alien
weird.
thing. I don't know if that one had a different color. So as far as I know, there were three that had that crossover promotion with them.
But there is a full series that has
Yeah.
that color scheme.
Yeah.
But you might be able to find it online, but again, it's one of those things that
Good
now,
luck.
yeah, it's going to be a chunk of change.
Yeah. You might have to take a loan out.
Yeah. And that's something that you never do. Even if you like the figure, if you gotta like take a loan out for something, not worth it.
Like, I just, you know, I was collecting a bunch of the Devil Rail X Plus figures recently, and then it came to my attention that I was starting to collect a lot more than I really cared about, and I was starting to get into that habit again of buying something just because, you know, I felt like I needed it, but I really didn't care about what I was buying. And so it came to the point where I was like, okay, this is not good, so I sold it all, and I only kept the 84 Devil Rail, and I really love that guy. So every time I look at him on my shelf, I'm proud of that, and that's all I need. And then I go online and I see, you know, Hobby Search, which is where you would buy X Plus sometimes on like for an American site. They just released, well not just released, but they're putting up pre-orders for the 2019 King Ghidorah Devil Reel and the two 1955 Godzilla Anchors Devil Reels. The problem with them